I just heard a Senator Dan Crenshaw saying that the Mexican drug cartels, speaking about border patrol problems, border immigration, illegal immigration stuff, he said that the Mexican drug cartels, they were there and they were taking $300 per person to move them across the border. And if they didn't get them across, they weren't getting them across. And that because of this, they were finding they didn't need to be transporting drugs across the border anymore because they could make their money with moving the people. That's what this guy said. I'm like, huh, that's an interesting fucking idea. And he says, what are they going to get in trouble with? You know, if the people get caught or whatever. It's not like drugs. And it's not. It's the interesting thing. You can see this as a benefit, that it's changed the idea of all these drugs that were coming across the border that the U.S. didn't fucking want. They're like, oh, they talk like they didn't. They talk like the drugs were the biggest problem. But now, instead of drugs coming across the border, we've got people coming across the border. And that becomes a bigger problem for the people that were complaining about the drugs and are complaining about the idea that people are getting over the border. It becomes a bigger problem. It becomes so intertwined because you can't talk to drugs. Drugs only talk to you. They say, come on, man. Everybody's doing it. Oh, we remember how it was last time. We can be like that again. And you know you can't trust them, but you believe them anyway. With people talk to you and you can listen and talk to them. And through it, you may be able to convince the drug, the person, that it really doesn't need to be with you for you to be happy. You can agree to disagree and you can fucking find your own way. Plenty of room in Montana. So they've got a quandary. Would you rather have drugs or people? And, you know, I may be an outlier in this situation, but I would rather have drugs than people. Look what I'm doing. Very few people around me, and I sit here with my beer, and I seem quite happy and effective. What would happen if there was another person here? He'd be looking at me constantly, telling me what I'm doing wrong, and probably taking my job. I would rather have drugs than people. But if you want to solve the problems that you're creating, you'd be better off to have people than drugs. Everybody makes their own decision. It's not a matter of black and white. It's a matter of red and white. I went out to take a pee just before starting this. I'm standing by the tree making sure that fucking nobody's looking. Sit really fucking close to the tree. You fucking blend in. Movement as much as a shine or shadow or anything like that. Movement is what will fucking set somebody's attention on you. You stand really still and lean close to the tree trunk. You don't want to end up in police files, you know, just because you had to take a pee. Oh, what are you, a dog? No, I don't feel that good about myself. You can say that in court. If I can try and insult you, calling you a dog for pissing in public. Well, dogs have a better idea of who they are, you know. I looked across as I'm leaning against that tree taking a pee. And I saw one of the neighbors, giant American flags, United States of America flags. In his yard, through the branches and the trees and things I see, and I couldn't see the blue with the stars. The stars are light. They represent knowledge. That's what I say. But it hasn't proven itself. But you couldn't see them. All you saw was the red and white. And I'm thinking about this immigration thing that I was just watching. And I said, red and white. The red man and the white man. When that flag was being made. You don't hear much about the Indians until the Indian Wars. War is always a good story. Fucking ravaging and ruining people isn't. It doesn't make you look so good. So where in the time of the Revolution were the Indians? Why weren't there Indian wars going on there? They're just fighting our founding fathers, the British. And they must have killed them all off by then, starved them all out. That's the problem with immigration. We know what we've done before, and we know that it can be done to us. Don't let too many of them in. They're gonna give us the smallpox.